Hello, 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 everyone. Let's see, what's it doing? I see me on YouTube, I see me on Zoom, but I don't see me oh, maybe it was, we're just pausing for a moment. Hello, 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 okay. Okay, hello, hello, everyone. This is Cynthia Toet, and I'm here with Geraldine Cook, and she is here to interview me about all of my services and the things I have to do, and I'm going to just turn it over to her, and then she's going to introduce herself a little bit more, and then from there, whoops, I got my speaker on, and now it's duping we'll take that speaker off so you don't hear that speaker. Okay, Geraldine, go ahead, take over the show.
Well, hello, welcome. My name is Geraldine Cook. I'm a board certified hypnotist. I'm an intuitive coach, and I help people connect to their energy of what they came here to be. And I have had the honor over the past few days to meet Cynthia. And we spoke on the phone the other day. She is a fantastic, bright, loving energy, and she's just full of light and fun. And I've learned a lot about her over the past few days in chatting with her. And Cynthia Toet, for those of you who follow her, and those of you who don't yet, but you will once you connect with her and start watching her videos, she is a FlipN, FlipN, and I say that out of love, cheerleader. She is a psychic life coach. She is an author, and the name of her book is we'll get to that in a minute. Sorry. She's an author, TV host of Your Hidden Love Story, a coach. She's a tarot reader and psychic coach. And she has one book out, and I know she's working on a second one. We're going to talk about all these wonderful things. We're going to find out what makes Cynthia cook, how literally cook, and how she got started, and what brought her on this path so she can help other people tell a different story as they turn their lives around and grow from within with their internal love. So Cynthia, thank you so much for allowing me this honor to speak with you today so people can get to know you and all the wonders of you. Did I also mention she's a TV host? If I did, but she's also a TV host. So hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. I had to switch my headsets because it was echoing and it was recording too, so I had to put my headphones on.
Technology at its finest, right?
Yeah,
but hey,
always.
That's what happens. We have little hiccups now and then. So I love first of all, the card decks you use are beautiful. I love how I call them, and I think a lot of readers, because I do readings as well, we call them throwing cards. And when you're throwing cards down, putting them down. But my favorite deck, I just asked you, what was that deck? It was the witches, the Good Witch. Good Witch. If anybody has not seen her use that deck, use them. I love the analogy of the tower, and I love how you speak about it. So we're going to get into all of this wonderful stuff. So tell us first, Cynthia, a little bit more about you. And I want to speak about your book first. And what inspired you? Would you mind? Is that what you want to speak about first? Or
no, that's fine. That's fine. You take over. It's not. We're
okay.
Not like.
Well, I know because then we'll get into the psychic reading and your Gypsy Medicine Woman, because I really love that as well. But I really think the book, your book comes from the heart. It comes from your personal experiences. It helped you to remove yourself from the shadows of where you were stuck for so long. So the name of her book is FlipN Your Emotional Story Around to the Better. And she has a copy of it there, and it's available on Amazon, and the link will be below. She'll post it on where you can go to Amazon to purchase her book.
And it's available in an ebook and a hard copy.
That's good. I'm sorry, I did not know that. So ebooks are great. A lot of new authors don't put their books in ebooks, so that's I'm glad you did that. So tell us about what got you going. What inspired you to write this book?
Well, what inspired me to write the book is my own complete wellness, because I used to have fibromyalgia and I overcame it through my own knowledge and techniques. And I knew how to flip my own internal story around, my emotional story around. And since I was able to heal myself, I'm going, I need to do a program. I need to write a book. And so the first thing that came out was to write a book, because it puts authority into my position as I'm moving forward. It allows people to know that I'm serious about what I'm doing. So I wrote the book just to give little tidbits, just little examples of what I mean by flipping your story around and what it takes to do that. Let me go inside and look at some of the, like the chapters is like balancing the inner self is one of my chapters, and then bringing the relationship within yourself, and then emotional awareness, because we need to be aware of what the emotions are telling us, because they're actually speaking to us, but we think that we are the emotion, but we're not. And then another chapter is defining the difference between the masculine self of our bodies and the feminine self, because they operate differently. And then how our belief systems actually affect our emotional outcome, and it's like if we could actually put those belief systems to a side, so we're actually operating from this higher self. And then the last chapter is actually flipping that emotional story around. And it's a really quick, easy read, because I wanted everybody to be able to read the book simply. I wanted to be quick. I want them to get the message out there for any level of reading. It's like probably a third grade reading book, but the message is strong. So, because I want to help other people live life instead of living this emotional journey that we have been raised up to live into.
That's amazing. And I know you're working on your second book, so we'll be seeing that. Do you have a time frame on when you think that will be done, or we'll chat about that later?
I don't really have a time frame, but the time frame really does help. I mean, once I put a time frame on my book, I was able to get it done like that. The reason why I hadn't put a time frame on my other book, because it's still growing, and because it's a real life experience that's happening, and it's actually gotten so big that I might have to write a series instead of just a book.
They're going to be fun books.
Yes, they will be fun. I promise you.
You have yourself titled as a Gypsy Medicine Woman, which, because you're a psychic tarot reader, and that's your title. Now, what inspired that, the Gypsy Medicine Woman?
Well, my very first deck of cards that I read was probably over 30 years ago, and maybe even 35. I don't even really remember, but I know it's at least 30. And the first deck of cards I read was called the Gypsy Medicine Woman. But why I actually incorporated it into my name is I'm a gypsy that's on the road. I mean, I live kind of like a gypsy, meaning I'm on the road. I do a lot of traveling all the time. And why it's medicine is because I have the medicine, which is the mindset that it takes to flip our emotional stories around. So I'm helping heal people's minds. And why it's the woman, because I'm the woman that's going to do it.
There you go. And so within your tarot readings, I wrote down, so how long do you do your readings for, and what's your reasoning for doing them? Do you do just one reading, sometimes two? Because where you include your readings in with your coaching, it's not like a regular psychic reading. Sometimes I'm sure it is that people come to you for a reading, but from my understanding, you also include your readings into your coaching, because you're helping people flip that story around
Right.
and tell a happy story. And that's one of the things I love, the way you do your cards, and you're telling that happy story, and you're empowering people through your card reading. And like I said, you bring this into your coaching. how would that work with somebody? So is it like a melting of the two
Well,
separate?
thank you for asking the question. First, I want to thank you for recognizing that when I'm reading tarot, what I'm doing is I'm actually finding the happy story. I'm finding the story that's going to feed your soul. I'm going to find the story that's going to make you grow. I'm going to find the story that gets you out of that stuckness, that thinking that you're less than whole and complete, and this is wrong and that's wrong, because we all have this wrongness going on. But, you know, if I just tell you about all the wrong stuff that's going on, well, that's the story we've already been living. And since I'm the coach that's flipping your emotional story around to better, when I'm utilizing the cards, I'm utilizing the cards to see where that stuckness is within your emotional feeling, so I can actually find what it is that I need to say back to you to flip that story around to a better story. The better story is from love and above. It means it's going to feed your soul. The story that I'm going to share with you through the cards is to feed your soul, so it can raise your vibrational level up, so you can be operating in this higher vibrational way, and it gives you life to breathe instead of worrying about something that's happened in the past that's not working. And so what I do is I put a card reading on YouTube every single day. Sometimes I skip Sundays, but most of the time, by the time Sunday comes around, there's some story that I need to share back out to the community. So when I'm reading, I may even do a reading for myself, and I see the reading so clearly, it's like, no, I have to turn on the camera, because the reading's not just for me, because it's an energetical thing, then it's going on for the people, it's for the collective. I'm not the only one going through the same energetical level that I am. Now, that's how I do the readings for the YouTube. That's just free service for people, because that's to help raise the vibrational level for other people. Now, when I do a reading for, say, somebody just wants a reading for themselves, most of the time I ask them if I can record it, and most of the time they don't have a problem with me recording it, but they don't want to be seen, which I understand, because it's their story. It's very connected to whatever it is that they are going through. Then how I utilize the readings for when I'm doing the coaching, it is to laser beam what your issue is, so we can surpass it, to go forward, to get you going, click you into gear, to move you forward into that life direction that you really want to live. And it is from a happier vibe. It is from a higher vibe. It is living life instead of just being here.
That, you know, I love the analogies that you use. I love how you do it. So you said, I remember you a couple of days ago is when you really got started, right? Well, being like a few years ago. But what did you take a break at any point and then start back up again? Because I know for me personally, I had personal things in life that happened, and I stopped, and then, but it's something that always calls to me. And I have a sense it's the same thing for you, that it's just something within you, that spark, because you shine and you help people heal through your stories as well.
Right. Let's see, I started reading like about 30 years ago, but that was just on and off. It was like, I didn't, realize, I knew that my messages were strong right away because everybody told me, right?
Yeah.
And I knew the messages were clear because everybody told me, but then I did put them away through a marriage that I went through, because there was non-belief in the marriage. And so I put them away. I tucked me underneath the carpet while I was in that marriage, but that's why I ended up getting the fibromyalgia. So it ties back into that, is because I was not being true to myself. And once my eyes got open, it took me 15 years to open my eyes to realizing that, I had tucked me away, and that's why I'm not happy. So I started bringing the cards back out into my life. And the more I brought them out, and the more I read, it was more like, I'm supposed to be doing this. And then I think it was about maybe 3 years ago, I started just putting a little bit on YouTube, just here and there, just tabbling around, just going, I want to get the message out there bigger. But then through all of that, my husband and I, we ended up, or my ex, we ended up getting divorced and everything. And the reason why we got divorced is I was spending too much time investing back into me. I wasn't being passive anymore. Is that the right word? Passive.
Mm-hmm.
And so and as soon as I left, I had already started before I left. I started posting like maybe twice a week or 3 times a week. But the more I learned about how YouTube works and how the algorithm works, is like, no, it was back in October 2020 that I committed to myself to fully step into my spiritual being. I said, I'm doing this full time. And so right now, I post every single day because it comes from my heart. It comes from my soul. If I don't post, I feel like I'm sinking back. Like a part of me is not feeling my soul when I'm not posting. So I'm posting from a passionate self, from a desired self. And it's like, it's giving me life, knowing that what I'm putting out there is giving life to other people too. So I do it because I love it. I do it because it gives me joy. I'm doing it because I know the messages are helping other people, and that makes me glow and it makes them glow. So it's tenfold.
And it makes you smile brightly. And that's and I'm gonna say this from my personal view. Okay. I meet a lot of people along the way, and I meet a lot of people who say, I'm psychic, I'm psychic, I'm psychic. Okay. I just go, okay. Because in some way we all have our abilities, but you are truly gifted. I know that. And what I really love is what you just said. When I decided to commit to me, is basically what you said. That's when things started unfolding, because you
Yes.
took that time to commit to your heart. So within that, now is this how you came up with your hidden love story? Is this
No, my hidden love story just revealed itself. That's a whole nother story.
all right, we'll talk about that in a little while then.
Yes, we'll do the coaching thing, then we'll get into that.
I'll get to that in a little while. We'll keep everybody in suspense, okay? So if somebody wants to get, if somebody wants to connect with you to do a coaching story, I'm going to call, I'm sorry, I didn't mean, I'm calling it a coaching story. Their story, their coaching story, that you're going to help them unfold and reconnect and flip their story around to a positive way of loving and being of who they are. How do they get a hold of you? How does it work? Do you do monthly? Do you do 6 months, year? How do you do this? And explain to me what one coaching session is and what it's like. I know that's a whole lot of questions
in one question.
Well, let's start with what is a coaching session like with you? The first one.
A coaching, first, the thing is I'm going to do a I'm going to do a discovery call with the person first.
Thank you. At least I know I'm not the only one who does these things.
No, because I want to make
sure the words escape us.
Oh, no, that's normal. It's like, okay, I want to do a discovery call with them first, a 15-minute free discovery call to make sure that person and I am going to connect, because I don't want to just take the person's money. I want them to understand what the program is. And then once we realize that we're going to connect, what I have is a 3-month program and a 6-month program and a year program. And I have different paces. If you want to go fast with those programs, you can join for every once a week, where we connect once a week so we can keep you engaged and in gear and moving forward. Or if you want to go at a slower pace because it takes you a little bit longer to go through those emotions, then I'll connect with you every other week. So there's 6 different ways to going about that, just depending on who I'm talking to and what they want. And what the coaching call is going to be is when they connect with me, or what they are, is we connect and we're going to talk about your story. What is your story? Because your story, you're going to feed me, is you're going to tell me somehow I'm going to hear, because that's what I'm good at. I'm going to hear where the lack is in your story, where the story is tripping you up, where it is holding you back, where it is keeping you stuck, why it is that you're not already living your happy ever after dream in your life, where you're feeling vibrant, where you're feeling radiant, where you're feeling like you got the fuel in the gas tank full all the time and ready to go. That's where, we're going to talk about that. And as you're telling me your story, I'll be taking my notes to knowing exactly where the story needs to be flipped. It needs to be turned around. It needs a new input. It needs a new meaning attached to the old story, because the old story is a story that's keeping us stuck. And I'm going to give us new words for the same story, but those words are going to bring a new energetical flow within your body to allow you to operate differently. And once you get that new story attached to that past, that old story doesn't ever come back. So we're changing your vibration within your body, within your spirit, and within your soul by changing the way the mindset is actually working. Instead of going into the doubt and insecurity and lack, we're going to go into the trusting and the knowingness and seeing how awesome and amazing a beautiful person you are. The reason why the coaching is 3 months, 6 months, or a year is because we have a lot of old stories in there. And so it's a lot of stories. We've been living them all of our lives. And so we need to keep touching in to keep rewriting that script that you already have to get that new script into place. And I'm just a natural at it. That's why I'm a good coach in that area. And did I answer that question? Where we find me is on my webpage at cynthiatoet.com, and then it would be under the coaching program. There's a tab
And
up
it's
there.
Cynthia Toet, T-O-E-T. Did I spell it right?
Correct. Like
Okay.
poet, it's Toet with a T.
Toet. I love that. .com. And one of the things I love what you just said again is that you said, that's what I'm good at. I think more of us need to own what we're good at and walk with that, because when you know what you're good at, it empowers you. So
It makes me, yeah.
And that's one of the things that you do. You help empower people. So now what about readings? How does that work? Because coaching's a little bit different if they're doing the 3, 6, or a year. If somebody wanted to have a reading with you, just to experience the Cynthia love, as I'm calling it, and how does that work?
Now, I know a lot of people can't afford the coaching and everything, but the coaching is for somebody that wants to really invest into themselves. Right. And they take that money to invest into themselves. And I tell you what, it's definitely worth it, because it will change your life around. Mm. But there are many of us who are going, I can't really afford that. I can't see how I'm going to afford that. Believe me, I know what that's like. There was a time that I didn't feel like I could afford my coaching that I was going to get, but I dared myself and I went and I signed up for it, and the universe somehow provided the money for me for that coaching program. It was magical. It was like just so crazy. It was like, whoa, look at this. Yeah. But to the readings, for those ones that aren't in that position, rather you're on YouTube, and my YouTube down in my description all the time, it is down there in the link that it is again back to my webpage, cynthiatoet.com. And then you would go under to the tarot reading programs. And I know that most people want to do one reading, but I would rather do 3 readings for the price of 2, because I'm going to help you get more clear of what it is. So I can help you on an energetical level start flipping your script around to this better script. Just little bits of seeds are better than no seeds at all. And this is more personally engaged, because the cards are going to tell me what exactly it is, what part of the story that needs to be flipped around within your own script. So you're actually seeing it in a better script. So you can, when you're watching the YouTube channel, which is under Gypsy Medicine Woman, all of that information is actually down in the description box. But if you want to bypass that, the reason why you want to go there is you get to experience me. But if you want to bypass that to get to your own personal reading, you go to cynthiatoet.com, and then you go to readings up in the tabs that's up at the top.
Well, I think both would be, I wouldn't say bypass. I would just say type in a window, cynthiatoet.com. But please do not miss her videos, because I've been watching bits. In between things, I've been watching them, and I think they're fascinating. I love your intros, how you start off, you're kind of funky, and with the beautiful colors and your energy and the different. I love it. I think it's great. And also, I have something she told me the other day, that she used to work at Hallmark.
Oh yeah, I did. I used to work at Hallmark, and when I would go in, it was in the warehouse where we put the cards all into the slots before they go shipped off to Walmart or wherever they're being shipped off to, right? And when I would go into Hallmark, everybody's grumpy, like this, but when I would walk in, it was like the light was shining. It was like, because they couldn't tell me, they could tell me their slower story, but I was going to flip that script around to better right away. And so soon enough, within a month of me working there, everybody's going, here comes the light, here comes sunshine, here she comes, come on in, baby girl. They just love my energy right away, because I won't let them tell me the story that makes them feel less than love. Well, I'll let them tell me, but I'm going to flip it for them,
Right. And you're flipping it for you as well when you're doing that. It
gives me life.
But you are life. You are just, I don't know you personally, but I have a good sense, and I have on good note that you have, you just have a lot of love and light, and you are a good person, and you help people, and you do. I can't wait to your other books to come out, and so there was another question I wanted to ask you. We talked about the readings. We talked about all of this wonderful stuff that you do. You do so much. I have a quick question for you. Do you plan on any workshops? Because I'm seeing that for you.
I do.
That's like just screaming that in my back. Going, ask about the workshops. I'm going to ask you about the workshops. What's going on with them?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because sometimes you have things on your burner or on your platter that's just sitting there in the background, and it hasn't really fully developed. I have already opened up a Facebook channel. Nobody's in it. I've just opened it up because I know eventually I'm going to get a group, so I can bring people in, so we can do some mentoring in there. Maybe it'll be a mastermind, or maybe it'll just be smaller than the mastermind, where I'm actually coming on and we'll be talking about that emotional story. I haven't really fine-tuned to what that's going to be, but I see that in my near future. I also see being on TED Talks in my near future too sometime, because, I'm a motivational speaker, and we need this message out there to the collective. And whatever way I have to do it is like, go ahead, get out there and do it, because it makes me shine, and it makes other people shine, and it brightens up the planet. It shifts the energy with what's going on with the world right now.
And the world needs a shift, and it needs this positive energy. It needs a
You're
new
telling
story.
me.
Yeah,
We all know that.
Story. I always say, turn the page, tell a new story. Let's tell a new story. And because you and I work on similar lines, we just do it in different ways. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's life, and how the world, that's what we came here to do. But so is there anything else that, regarding your work, your readings, your coaching, your TV show, with you hosting, all this wonderful stuff that you have going on? Is there anything else that you need, that you'd like to share, any upcoming events, guests, or anything that you have that that you want to put out there?
I I have a lot of wants. I want to be on High Vibe TV. It's an OTT network, spiritual network. I want to be on that show. I would really like to do that. It's just a matter of connecting, and I see that getting closer. then here goes my giggle.
Nothing wrong with that.
That has to do with my hidden love story. The reason why I do my TV hosting is because of my hidden love story going on. But let's see, we haven't gotten to that question.
Well, we can get to that question. So because we're doing, but how did you come? So this would go back to the question: how did you come up with your the name Your Hidden Love Story, and where does the show appear?
Well, first I want to get back to Geraldine Cook. How we met was on Zero Limits mentoring program. We both have our own mentoring, and we actually connected there. And that's why we don't really know each other that much, but we're in the program, and I'm letting them know what I'm doing. And she offered to come on and interview me. So I wanted to put that out there. And that's through Joe Vitale's course. I love being there because I can always peek in anytime that I'm getting stuck in my own business ideas But how did I come up with the name Your Hidden Love Story is because this last year in 2021, I started living life differently. Instead of living life the way everybody else was living it, I started just following signs. And the signs have led me and guided me to actually the High Vibe Network. It's actually keeps leading me there. It's going, you need to be here. You need to be here. You need to hook up with them. But there are stories in there that are that nobody really knows about because they're so big. They're huge stories. They're so big. My stories that I have about this hidden love story that the universe is constantly showing me this hidden love that it has for me personally, that it allows me to raise my vibe to this higher vibe, and it allows me to shine, because when the universe gives me a message, when the universe gives me a sign, what the universe knows is I'm going to take that sign and I'm going to get creative with it, and I'm going to redo whatever, and I'm going to post it back on YouTube or on Facebook or on Instagram or into the High Vibe community. I'm going to post it back because I'm going, dude, look what happened here. Look what happened here. I get excited over the little teeny things in life. And the more excitement I got, the more the universe kept providing for me different things. And it's like, I really need to go bigger. How can I go bigger? This was before I was a TV host. And it's like, my story is so big that I know that it could make a movie. I'm writing a book already. The book's already going to turn into series because the book it's just like so amazing. I've got so much documentation about what happened to me and my love story, finding the love within myself in this journey. So I took a TV hosting program to get me certified to do a TV hosting program, and we wanted to do it Your Hidden Love Story because we don't want to talk about me all the time. I'm going to tell you different pieces about me in there, but my main reason putting on that show is to help you, again, flip your emotional script around to better. Why I didn't name that? Because it sounds more sexier with Your Hidden Love Story. I think it's more catchy.
So I love that. So on your, because I'm pulling up your YouTube channel, on Your Hidden Love Story, now that's different than your Gypsy Medicine Woman, right? I just want people to be aware of the two. Because the Gypsy Medicine Woman it's called actually Gypsy Medicine Woman, not the. So if you're going to Google it in YouTube, it's Gypsy Medicine Woman, right? On YouTube. And do you also have a Facebook page before I step on to the other? With this, is there a Facebook page with Gypsy Medicine Woman?
I do have a Facebook page called Gypsy Medicine Woman.
Okay.
And
so now, I'm sorry.
I have a YouTube channel called Gypsy Medicine Woman. And the TV hosting I actually do is on the Gypsy Medicine Woman channel. But I have a whole nother show going on, which is called Your Hidden Love Story, which I go live every Monday and Thursday night on 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And what happens there is people get to come in live into the show and they get to chat with me. And after about 30 minutes of the show, because the first 30 minutes is really the TV hosting setup program way. And then after that, I go into giving live readings to those people that subscribe to my channel.
So that's fantastic. So now, is this on YouTube as well?
It's all on YouTube.
Okay, so
It's all under the Gypsy, and
Okay,
it's
so
all under the Gypsy Medicine Woman channel. But
Okay.
the live is Your Hidden Love Story. That's the TV hosting program that I'm doing,
Okay.
that I can actually take that and I could go onto an OTT network. Like I could take this into the high vibe spiritual community, and we can switch it from my channel into that channel to make it go bigger and broader.
Okay, I gotcha. So to everybody, that's just so they're not fishing around for different things. So we know where everything lies. It lies right here on YouTube. I love YouTube. And
I do too.
I foresee wonderful things for you as you grow and glow in your future with what you have going on. So now my new friend, right, is who do you want to, since we talked about all this wonderful stuff that you do and people know how to get a hold of you so you can help them flip their story and tell a better story to fit their life so they can grow and glow. What about Mr. Sprite?
Mr. Sprite now he's my hidden love story. And when that all comes out, I will reveal that story live on Your Hidden Love Story.
I am looking forward to that. And I'm so honored and grateful and happy that you have come into my life. I think you are a fantastic energy, and I wish you the best of abundance, love, and light. And you
Thank
deserve
you.
it. You deserve it.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome, hon. You rock. Keep on rocking.
Rocket
And
baby.
rocket, baby. So I always say LOA, law of attraction, right? I believe you got LOA, baby, all the way. And so I have no questions. We're not live. So if anybody has any questions, though, they can connect to you and ask away because you're pretty much an open book. And if you need help, and if you need help, or you need a reading, you want to turn your story around to the better, well, you know where the Gypsy Medicine Woman lies. Right?
I mean, they can go right down here on the YouTube channel and they can leave me a little message within the comment and let me know how to get a hold of them. If they don't let me know how to get a hold of them, I'll just message them back that way. And because that message that they send me goes right to my email too, so I know, it doesn't let it go blind. And I am really here for the collective because it isn't about me. This is not about me. This is about all of us as a whole. The more that we can raise our vibrational level to this higher vibrational level, the more that this planet and this earth will operate in this more smooth way instead of this chaotic way that's going on out there right now.
I totally agree. But I always say there's only one world we're in charge of. And when we change that world, then other worlds will start changing, right?
Correct.
But there's people like us and you to help others, help them change their lives when they feel stuck in life. So, and if you have private questions, if you don't want to put the message on the YouTube, the thread, you can email Cynthia probably through her website, right? You have your.
Let me see. There's some people in the chat. Let me see what they're saying.
Oh, well, let's see what they're saying.
Hello, Sunny. Hello, Kelly. Will I and Oliver become good friends? They're asking questions for a reading. And then, hello, everybody. We got Empress. All right. Let me see. Let me do a little reading for Kelly. Kelly, you're still there? I can throw in a little reading to see about you and Oliver becoming good friends. How about that? You want to throw in a little reading here at the end? Might as well, right?
I love it. Are you kidding? This is awesome.
Let's see. It's Kelly and let's see. It says, let's see, hold on. Let me shuffle a little bit more because that wasn't really a shuffle. All right. I don't know if you're still there, Kelly. I'm sorry. I didn't have my chat box open, so I couldn't see the chat messages coming through, but I hope you're still there. And we're going to see. Whoa, the same card popped out. It says, keep keep putting your message out there. Keep doing your work. Here, let me see if I can change the camera around. Let me see if this will work.
Now, what card do you use?
Yeah, this is the Good Witch, since that's what we talked about.
I'm buying that deck. It's coming to my home. It's getting added to my collection.
Okay, so
Flip it around the other way.
This way, okay.
There you go. Over here.
Okay.
There you go. You
So Kelly, this is telling you to keep investing in what it is that you're doing, making sure that you are being solid with yourself, making sure you're doing the things that you love doing. That's the first thing. So I got to shuffle. I got to get more cards out. I always go for the cards that flip out, you know. I wasn't ready to do the overhead, so it's not all lined up perfectly, but it's better than the front camera for the cards. Okay, and it's, yeah, it wants you to really, maybe the masculine side is like holding down, going, I don't know, but this card is like a union card. It's a divine order. It's about the two of you really finding what your balance is. It's holding your balance through the journey that you're going through. So you're saying, where you become good friends, I'm seeing that you need to keep doing what it is that you're really good at. And he is like being protective of himself right now. Maybe things have happened in his life or something. He's being protected about that. But this card here says to just hold your balance, because the two of you are meant to be together in some way, in some form. So I would say the answer to your question is yes. He's just being guarded right now. And it just wants you to keep doing what it is that you're doing, because you're supposed to have some kind of togetherness there. That's the answer to Kelly's question.
Yeah, I love that. It's just so sweet and so simple. I love how you read the cards, and how you actually, I don't understand how you read them, how you see the cards, and how you channel the energy of them. And
because it's going to be different for each person. I mean,
each person.
And I'm looking for the good story, you know, and if they weren't supposed to be together, the card would come up and I would be able to tell him that. But it is telling her to keep being that beautiful soul that she is. Mm-hmm. Keep investing into yourself. Keep writing see the book there? Keep the camera's back.
It's upside down again.
Again, okay, keep writing your story. Keep writing your story. Keep doing what it is that you're good at. Even though
flip it, there you go.
Even though he's being protective, even though he's trying to hold things the way that they have been, that's why you're asking the question, says, go ahead and allow him to do that as he watches. Is this the right way?
Yes.
Yeah. So as he watches, as he keeps watching you put your gifts together.
And because what's that card? Flip it around.
This is the Hierophant, but see how she's holding balance. She's holding the balance for the two of them.
Over to your right a little more. You're right.
She's holding the balance for the two of them.
That's beautiful. Look at that.
And this is really going on with a lot of people out there with their counterpart, with the one that they're supposed to be with. That the divine feminine is actually the one that's doing a lot of work, and she's actually refiguring out who she is. And that makes sense to me, because we've been all in this other way of living. The feminine has been living the masculine life, or living this life that wasn't really theirs, but now they're starting to invest their time and energy into who they truly are. And the masculine's going, wait a minute, I'm not used to the feminine doing this, wait a minute. And so it's shifting their reality around, it's shifting their world around, and this is shifting their emotional self around. So as you go ahead and be that beautiful, amazing soul that you are, the masculine's going to see that beautiful soul that you're being, So it's wanting you to hold your ground and hold your balance for this union to come together, for the friendship to come together, so it can build in this magical way.
Mm, mm, mm. Beautiful. So this is a one of your quick readings, or for quick question readings on your show, and so people can tune in and for your live shows and ask a question, and if you have time, you'll connect with them. So I think you did a thank you for allowing me to be the one to interview you. I love that. It's so much fun, and I've learned so much about you. And it's all good, darling. It's all good, right? We all have, we're all here for purpose, and you're honoring who you are as for that purpose.
It feels so great to honor who I am,
Doesn't
and
it?
to share it back out to other people. Don't lose hope. You know, put trust into yourself. Believe in the person you are, because I tell you what, we need each and every one of you. We were all born with a purpose. We were all born to be here for a purpose. You're awesome. You're amazing. You're special. You're unique. You're one of a kind. And we need exactly the person you're supposed to be. So it's important for us to step into our power and be that awesome, amazing person, because you're the only person that has gone through your journey exactly the way that you've gone through it. And we need your expertise to come out into the open and to share your story back out into the world, to help us all get hope, to inspire us all to keep going after that better story in our lives.
That's all you can say on that one is yes. I applaud that so much. And so we covered a lot of ground. I mean, you help, like, so you help people flip their emotions to a positive, their energy. You help people connect to their purpose, and you help people find their way again. So you're doing great work, and people now know how to get a hold of you a little bit more. And you're just doing great things. I cannot wait to see what else you have in store for us as you grow and glow, as I say. And I say glow because you do glow. You are growing, and you're glowing as you do it. And
Thank
you're
you.
just getting started. You're just getting your feet on the pebbles, and on those soft, smooth pebbles. You're just starting. So you've taken your first steps. I can't wait to see when you're a mile down the road.
I can't even wait to see to what happens next year, you know.
It'll be here soon enough. Let's get through
Yeah.
this year first, right?
Well, that's what I mean. Where I'm going to
I
be
know.
this time next year is going to be mind blowing, because I know what I did last year.
Yeah. So it's all about that inner growth and that change and shifting ourselves and our energies, right? So I cannot wait to meet Mr. Sprite. Mm. And hear
we're
that story, and we're all good.
we're
So
going to be well known.
can't wait. It's all good.
Let's see. What I wanted to say. I thought it's. Oh, anybody that came on the show to watch the show, please remember to like the show.
Yes,
Please
like,
remember to subscribe to the channel, because when you subscribe to the channel, what it does, it will ding you and let you know when I have another live or when I have another posting. And I tell you what, this message that's coming out of me, that's channeled through me, you want to hear it. So go ahead and make sure you subscribe to the channel. We need all those things to help the, keep this energy flow going.
and if you like, and remember to share as well.
Yes,
Remember
that
to
too.
share. And so it's all good. So Cynthia, on that note, I think we've covered most of it, everything. If I have any more questions, I'll come back and ask. Which
Okay.
I'm sure some will pop up along the way. Oh, I should have asked her that. But no, I just think this is you are fun. Your show is fun, and it's real, and it's love, and just that's all I can say.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So I will chat with you later. Ciao for now. And
Bye, butterflies.
butterflies. I love butterflies. All right, so I'll talk with you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.